Yes, y'all. Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have opinions or queries you wish to share, we have multiple ways to be reached. The email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. On Twitter, it's at skimpod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
And if you're feeling froggy, go on and jump into our voicemail line at 216-3028-POP. That's 216-3028-7763. The show can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and as always at our website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com.
Stays Crunchy.
Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show on your own social media feeds. And if you want to get at us directly, feel free to reach out via our personal Twitter.
Stays.
It's at Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and I'm your host, TAYREL713.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
Said I was going to push go on this bitch, and so here I did. Push go on this bitch. What is good, peoples? This is Stays Crunchy Milk episode 248. Relatively secure in that. But just in case, Stays Crunchy Milk episode 249. Because I think it actually is 249. That close to 250, which is wild, which is wild to me. But
I'm eagerly anticipating episode 269.
You say nice. Currently, it is Box and I. We're minus a Tatum today. And Gabriel is probably hunting for parking. But
Which I don't know where he's going to park because there's a giant delivery truck where he normally parks.
we'll see how it all works out. I should probably get Slack open just so I can be prepared for it to be like, I ain't coming. But
This is weird. I don't think it's ever been just you and I.
have we never done a show together?
Just solo? I don't think so.
Huh.
It's always Anthony and me.
It's so strange. Like, theoretically, we are the most dependable. I have older children, you have no children, so we can just come through most of the time and just hit it. But life comes at you fast. Your boy has to get. Did I talk about surgery on the show? That's all I got to have some work done on my wrist here.
I know about it, but I don't know if you talked about it.
Oh yeah, so I got to get carpal tunnel surgery. So I was out last week at the doctor. So these guys did a show together, and yeah, it's going down, getting cut open. And during those weeks I'm out, I'm trying to I guess I could theoretically just come down here, because whatever, I'll be off work, but trying to figure out how we're gonna work around that. Maybe I can get a few weeks off. I don't care. They've been doing fine doing shows in my absence, so I just edit them hoes, make them bitches come together.
Like butt cheeks.
It has been a hell of a week thus far in this town.
Do explain.
Well, one, these weather adjustments is crazy. It's like 80 degrees right now. It's uncomfortably hot outside.
Yeah, it's supposed to storm tomorrow.
Yeah, yesterday it was like relatively, I want to say it was like 40s when I left the house yesterday. Didn't get up to too bad.
It was like 70 when I left to go to my car.
Yeah, these some weird shifting ass temperatures in this town, in Cleveland, which is spring in this town. It is what it is. But we were cold for so long to have it arrive at these summer temperatures so quickly. I'm like, come on, man. I don't know. Summer's just late. But we get to find as we record this, we put out the Raptors, and I'm gonna go with spectacular fashion. There's no other way to describe that. Unexpected to your boy, because I was sitting there, I was like, well, I mean, yeah, they are the.
I thought this might be the Raptors' year.
These are the East champs.
Boy, was I wrong.
They played really well during the season. Their bench seems super deep. Like they can get at us, man. It's okay. We did okay, and I'm saying it's time to go ahead and set LeBron free, man.
It felt kind of like LeBron's the bully, and then the Raptors players were like the kids that get picked on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they worked hard real summer. They got like super jacked, like they were lifting weights and everything. And then they like showed up and they're like, we got you this time. And then LeBron just straight stole their lunch again. And they're like, what the fuck? Why did I lift all those weights for if you just gonna keep snatching my brown bag?
It was a sight. And then all of a sudden, everybody else seemed to turn it back on. That just did not. I swear to God, I feel like this team didn't try at all on the Indiana series. I feel like LeBron James took out a whole squad by himself. Took him 7 games to do it, but that he really did go out there. It's like they had toss that bitch. He put his hand in the infinity glove and said, I'll do it myself, and he really did. Which really tells you a lot about the Pacers or a lot about LeBron James. I don't know how you're going to deal with that.
I think the Pacers are a lot better than people thought. Mm-hmm. And the Raptors, I think, are just soft mentally.
Really?
Yeah.
What a...
Like, DeMar DeRozan, like, dude is, like, a really good offensive player. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like he contributes in many other categories, but he's a really good offensive player. But for whatever reason, when he plays the Cavs, his balls shrink up into his stomach, and he can't hit the broadside of a barn, and at that point, he's basically worthless.
But they are both a top 5 defense and offensive team. They came through, they really did have a hell of a season. And, like, I really did have an expectation of, like, man, they about to come in here with mollywobble. I don't know. It's like, I get it. We have LeBron. He's the greatest and all that stuff. I just really thought they were going to play some team ball and get out here and, like, just handle their biz. And they didn't in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I know it's a couple of close games in there, but...
Yeah, I mean, the Raptors really should have won that first game. Like, they had that giant lead that they blew.
Yeah.
But even then, like, the last second of the game, they had, like, 3 layups pop out. So they could easily won that game.
Yeah.
And then that other game, like, they had a lead, you know. Yeah, they blew that one. Like, it could have been 2-2. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to sit here and say we just stomped the butthole on the whole series. But that last game, it was like they threw their last haymaker in the second quarter. And then after that, they were done.
That shit was a debacle. It was an unexpected. I was like, are we? No. What is going on here? It was like Indianapolis versus us in that game 6. It's like, it was an ass whooping. Like, I'm like, I was stunned by it. So, yeah, us. We're going to end up playing the winner of this Philly-Boston series. Most likely Boston, but who knows? Stranger things have happened. Not really that particular, not really. Technically, no, that has not happened.
It's probably going to be Boston by the time you hear this.
Yeah.
They're up 3-1 right now. They play tonight. More than likely, they're going to close it out. But I'm hoping, like, Philly gets another game or 2 out of them. Kind of, you know, wear them down a little bit more. Than, I mean, earliest the Cavs can play is Sunday, so they're going to get a couple days rest regardless. But it still would be nice to have them, like, run around a little bit. They're young, man. Like, and they're deep.
That's going to be worrisome as well. But the 2 best teams out west will indeed meet. They completed the gentleman's sweep last night on both their squads. I was really looking at not thinking the Pelicans could do anything, but they so easily walked through Portland that first round. I was like, maybe they got some chops. Turns out they did not. And Golden State is just as good as they have ever been. That's no good at all. I don't need to see them come together right now either. That's like, whatever. It is what it is. Jazz, to see what Houston can do against that. We'll see where that goes out. Oh, and how funny I said Jazz as they beat the Jazz. But I don't know. I've been kind of peeking at hockey. I realize we don't normally do sports talk, but I just kind of have been because it's been interesting. Columbus was in it for that first round, so I was kind of like interested in that. Seeing the Pens actually lose to the Caps. Now, mind you, we was in D.C. last year. Again, Caps. It was Caps versus Pens last year, and everybody in D.C. was like, yeah, we never beat the Pens. They were adamant about that. This year they did. So somebody got past their adversary. It just wasn't Toronto.
Shit, they got lucky to get past Columbus.
True, but they did the damn thing against the Pens. They got them in, I think, in 6 games. So they will play Tampa Bay next. And out west, it's Vegas versus whoever wins against this Nashville Montreal series. Montreal? No, it is Edmonton. Edmonton? No, that's the Oilers. Who the fuck is the Jets? Winnipeg. The Winnipeg Jets. So yeah, randomly I've been kind of into this hockey shit, which I don't know goes against everything I should be. But it's a brother who played in Nashville, so I'm kind of on that shit. And I like the idea of the Golden Knights
because they smack the puck around with his dick.
Cause he kind of nice with his, man. So maybe he just like mentally thinks that a stick is his dick, so he handles it that way. But I like that.
I'd just be worried about like a random skate.
The very notion of hockey is like, this is a deadly ass sport y'all out here playing. Y'all running around with razors on y'all feet. And oftentimes get from under y'all feet, get from underneath you. So I've seen somebody get cut with a skate before, and it's like they be bleeding rivers.
Oh yeah, that ice quickly turns. Oh man, I see someone running over here.
With expedience, but it's all to the good.
Now you're gonna have to edit out all those horrible things I said about it.
I just wanted to have some sport chat with my man right quick. Like I said, I was genuinely surprised by the Cavs winning.
I like sports chat. You didn't wait for me for the sports chat? For her.
We didn't have a herald to tell us of your arrival, so.
I don't make Herald money yet. Once I get a Herald, then I'm gonna have him or her. Let's not be sexist towards Herald. Female Herald.
Sorry, he's running a little late. He's on island time.
Lord of mercy. Where'd you in the parking at?
By the PNC Bank, because I just grabbed the first parking spot I came across, which wasn't wise, because if I waited a few more, I would have got a lot closer and be a lot less sweaty right now.
Apparently good folk at Google are out there doing some filming, and their trucks are about, so
Okay.
that's why I asked.
I didn't have trouble finding a parking spot. I probably should have waited. I wouldn't have had to walk so long, but exercise never hurt anybody. Except people who get hurt exercising.
all the spots across the street here now are full of semi-trucks because they're unloading material for a Google party.
Yeah.
All right, I came from East Ninth. I'm sorry, not Cleveland people.
He's
I came
heading west.
from East Ninth, heading west, and
Now he's sweaty, and we're ready to go.
Well,
all right.
I want to point out that Anthony has had the unflinching faith that LeBron James can do the damn thing.
I'm gonna steal one of your napkins.
So
I didn't need to narrate
I
that.
just want to give him his respect and his props because
That's why, we need that balance, the light and the dark. I'm over here like, man. Then he's like, hell yeah, it can happen. I'm like, but can it?
Yeah, my faith's been turned around. And during the Pacers series, I'm like, oh man, they're not gonna get out of the first round. Come on, it's a terrible way for LeBron to end his run in Cleveland.
you notice how we all
I think how we're all conditioned to it now. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I look at it like, oh man, we got 4 more bonus LeBron games.
Yeah.
in the least.
Yeah, minimum.
He has another announcement where he just says, I'm staying. And an initial Cleveland reaction is like, oh man, come on, wait. What did he say?
Here's the thing, like, I kind of care about it so much now that I feel like if he's going to go out, I kind of want him to go out in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay.
Just because I don't want him to have another finals loss on his record.
Yeah.
So all the people who do all the sports talk can hold it against him.
Yeah.
Even though they shouldn't.
I mean, that's funny that there'd be like, they'd hold it against him less for not making it to the finals.
Then if he made the finals and lost.
Yeah, which is stupid. Like, how many NBA players, great players, never even made it to the finals?
A lot of Hall of Famers who never even got that this far.
Yeah.
So I can't call it, man. Ninth Wonder's a hip hop producer who I love, big time basketball fan, and apparently a huge Michael Jordan fan because he put up a whole post on Instagram today about why Michael Jordan's the GOAT with all this statistical analysis, and I'm just like,
I want to know,
Child, I guess.
when did the term GOAT go from someone who is like shunned on their team?
as in you got the GOAT, you know what I'm saying, getting your
Yeah,
GOAT.
that's really...
Yeah, it used to, like when I was growing up, it was a term of negativity.
Well, GOAT.
Even before that, I came across it like when I was reading Peanut comics.
Yeah.
I used to call Charlie Brown the GOAT because he'd fuck up.
People are just getting lazy with their terminology, just going straight acronyms and
Well, yeah, greatest.
fucking up old things that already exist.
Somebody realized greatest of all time acronymed out the GOAT and was just like, we'll just call him the GOAT, and it works. So we allow for it. Language is
I don't allow for it.
Everyone with their language evolving, it's
If they're truly the greatest of all time, you'll give them the respect they deserve and actually say the whole phrase.
it's
None of this lazy half-ass shit.
I'm with lunch. All these Americans out here is like, I don't want to say full sentences. Bae.
It's internet speak now and texting.
It is the evolution of language, which is how languages work.
Sounds like de-evolution.
So
Use your
instead of
fucking
English,
tongue.
we're going to speak acronym.
But it works. You understand it fully. We're also going to end up probably speaking more emoji than acronym at some point. Which is actually, you're right, a de-evolution. We just took that shit back to cave
Well, the thing
paintings.
about emoji, though, is I feel like it is... Now, that is a true natural progression of language. Because when it comes to text, a lot of times there's misinterpretation because people read feelings in the text that's not there.
You so real.
But with an emoji, you have an actual type of representation of what the person's trying to convey.
you put the tonguey out, it can mean a couple of things. But in most situations, everybody knows.
Yeah, well, a few of them, but even just like memes.
Yeah.
Like memeing, like at least you can get kind of like the gist of what it is you're trying to say. Every now and then, yeah, there's a misconception.
Yeah.
But like, if you just write out a sentence, it's completely on the other person to figure out how they take it and interpret it.
You mean times I done got into a fight with Vanessa because she done said some shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because she has said it, and I have read it in a complete right. And I constantly tell her all the time, we have to be better about how we read each other's sentences. We have to try to maybe in our mind think we're saying this is the best way possible as opposed to the shittiest way possible, because then it just leads to the fuck. I didn't mean it like that. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I read text and it's constantly I'm like, oh, what you trying to say? And I have no idea. I have to be better about taking in information. You are right. That is why emojis actually do help, because you say something lightweight shitty, but you throw a smiley emoji at the end, I might change my perception of what you were stating.
That's I'm telling you something real right now, but I'm putting the smile emoji at the end, so you feel like I'm kidding, but deep down you're really taking it to heart, and then you're going to think about it for 3 days, and you're going to let it eat at you, and then the next time you see me, you're going to have some bitterness and resentment towards me, because you know what I said was true, but in this moment, you won't take it out on me because I put that picture there.
Yes. That is exactly the case, man. So, the evolution of language. How do we get there? Because we're kind of smart. we're actually all pretty decently educated.
I think it's just
people.
out of convenience. Whatever people are like okay with and gets the job done. Like, soon, like order food, just point at it. I want that chicken sandwich. Why should I have to say chicken sandwich? I pointed at it. Nom mouth. Chicken sandwich.
Just start grunting.
I was telling Aunt yesterday how I'm super behind on This American Life, so I started listening, trying to get caught up again. And at this point, I'm up to their Valentine's Day episode.
Why aren't you listening to like This Canadian Life? I thought you wanted to jump ship.
What if they have a program of such? Also, America covers the whole continent. The best part, technically covers 2 continents.
Wait, they say this North American life?
No.
Did they talk about
They
the
say
South
This American Life, but I'm saying they literally have talked about Mexico a ton. They do talk about Canada, so I figure they know what they're covering when they say that.
Sounds like there's a steal opportunity here where we can basically jack their idea and rebrand it as This North American Life.
I'm sure that's a lawsuit just waiting to happen. But on that episode, they had
Can you sue someone for a podcast?
you probably sue Mike for naming rights for different stuff. Yeah, there's probably some kind of
If
naming.
they have to actually have to copyright it.
Yeah.
If they and they have if it's copyrighted and it could be argued that it could be misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? Now, This American Life is a super popular podcast and radio show. If I go and name a podcast, This North American Life, yeah, they probably have a fucking leg to stand on. But comedian,
I mean, what if there was someone to jock us was like, stay soggy in milk?
I don't. Who knows?
I'm just saying, like, where's the line get drawn there?
By a judge who says, yes, a person can be confused by this name.
Untrue Hollywood stories.
So, well, comedian Michelle Buteau told a story, was interviewed and told a
The
story
incredulous Hulk.
about how her first serious relationship. Turns out dude couldn't read. He would just point at pictures on fucking menus and shit like he was just saying.
He was R. Kelly in it?
Yeah, and like they were together.
I mean,
Minus the
minus
sexual
the
assault?
sexual allegations.
can't call it. Who knows? The part of her story she told me was she was saying was how she was with him for 3 years, and it dawned on her that she had never seen like school pictures or anything around the house or anything like that there at his mama's house. And he's like, "What? Did you not graduate high school?" She said jokingly. Said he burst into tears and said, "I didn't graduate high school. I didn't graduate elementary school. I can't read." He just like finally just let it all out. She was all fucked up off of it, and then
And broke up with him on the spot.
no, they stayed together for some time after that, and she was trying to mom him and get him to learn how to read and so forth and so on, and he just wouldn't do it. He just wouldn't hold up his end of the bargain, which was go ahead and learn how to read. She really tried to help him, and he just wouldn't. This has nothing to do with anything. It was just happened. It happened to reflect what you said.
Yeah, I was
pictures on the
I
menu.
was thinking about it though, because it's like there are some restaurants where there are 0 pictures. So it's like, how could you just like point at one and hope that it was good enough? Like, you have to keep your disdain quiet.
Well, you go with other people and you say, I'll have what that person's having. Fake it till you.
She said they would go to the exact same restaurant all the time, and he pretty much just get the exact same thing. So let's say if he went to Strip, they're going to read him specials, and he's going to be saying, "Oh, that sounds great," and probably have a meal that he doesn't like. You know, it's like that. That is the cost of that. Because she said she don't know what that motherfucker can read still. You know what I'm saying?
So she did break up with him.
They did break up. They just kind of drifted apart as life went on because he wasn't doing his part, hold up his end of the bargain, and their relationship became more. She was momming him than they were loving each other. They stopped. They basically stopped fucking, and like it just went down.
She wanted to see some foreign films. I'm sorry, I shouldn't make fun of a man for not being able to read.
His mama let him drop out of school in the 5th grade. Who am I putting this on? I guess his mama.
Yeah.
But still, bruh. You had a good woman who like literally tried to help you in all the ways she could, like, because she's dyslexic, as it turns out, so she knows what it is to have difficulty reading, and went to various sources and she talked to people and was like, hey, here I am doing a fucking recap of somebody else's show. But
he clearly didn't love her.
But he didn't have me and Dan here to make jokes.
I feel like if he loved her enough, he would have went to them night classes. But no.
Baby,
sometimes the powerful love will make you do shit you don't want to do.
He was also
don't be afraid.
And
I'll go to night classes for you, baby.
Yeah. Don't leave me. I'll learn Dr. Seuss.
I don't even know, man. It just bugged out for me somebody could drop out in 5th grade.
Like, could you imagine that he goes all those night classes and doesn't tell her? Or like he waits, a weekend, like Saturday, I'm going to the gym, but he goes and he's at like some sort of reading assistance program, and then their relationship stays strong enough to where someday they get to the altar, but she's not aware of any of his classes, and then the fucking priest or whoever's doing the ceremony goes, he would like to read his own vows, and then bam, he whips out the loose leaf paper, and he might have to sound it out a little bit, but he just goes to town, and then she busts out in tears like, oh my god, and that'll never happen now.
What you don't know is that episode is titled rom-com. The whole gist of the entire episode was basically stories that could end up in a romantic comedy. He just wrote the fucking ending to that wrote a romantic comedy ending to that fucking life story. That's dope. And that just tells you a lot about how fucking our minds work for our romantic comedies in this country.
Yeah,
That's
I watch a lot of rom-coms.
That's my shit. I love the genre. I'm not even gonna that is my jam.
It provides you hope, but a little bit of comedy. like I like comedy movies, so it's kind of like a nice line for me.
You got a favorite rom-com? Like a go-to?
I mean, the genre was real big for me when I was in like middle school, high school. So like She's All That was pretty good. 10 Things I Hate About You, like that era.
I love very underrated movie Forget Paris with Billy Crystal as the NBA ref.
They literally brought that one up.
I don't know if this is technically a rom-com though, so much as just a romantic movie, but I always really loved watching Love and Basketball.
Yeah.
Is it funny?
Not really, but it was always like if I'm not doing rom-com, I'm just watching a romantic movie. Like that movie had a lot of swings.
I saw part of it. I didn't see the end. I just saw from the previews that like she asked him to play for his heart, and I'm like, all right, well then if he really loved her, he would throw the game. But
no,
he played all out he won. He's like, yeah, I don't want to give you my heart, bitch.
Grass and some street hoops.
My heart, bitch. Then it was never meant to be. What are you sad about?
No, but as basketball players, their whole relationship growing up was like
one of competition.
Yeah, that was their foundation. Was they weren't trying to let the other person win. Their goal was to go as hard at each other all the time because they were kind of equals in that regard. So if he were to throw the game, that wouldn't be their dynamic. But then when he comes back at her, run backs, that's where the love comes in. Because he wants to.
So how did the movie end?
So it was essentially what you said, like, oh, I'll play for your heart. So they played it at like 10 or whatever, and he just like wrecked shop on her, like it's not even close. Like he toyed with her, but then like at this point, because she thinks, oh no, I've lost him now. He's gonna go marry Tyra Banks.
She was in that?
Yeah, she was in that. So when she's all sad and heartbroken, and she goes to leave, and he's kind of like run backs or something like that, or best 2 out of 3 or something like that. Okay. So he asked her to play again to show her like, I don't want you to leave. Let's keep going.
kind of like they could have skipped the game and just like.
No, because the game was they were both basketball players.
And you know that. You're just a butthole.
I'm my butthole. Like, look, there's a whole logical problem with this. Like, I'm gonna ask you to play for your heart. Like, well, if say like she has a great game and he's on an off day and he wins.
He was coming off surgery. Yeah, he tore his knee up. He was coming off surgery.
I guess I got to give you my heart now. You beat me by the rules.
Well, I mean the whole.
I mean, if he. I don't know, if he really loved her, he wouldn't have to. It's like, no, we don't have to play. I love you. You can have my heart. I don't know.
But no,
is that anticlimactic?
The whole thing was they had to play for it because he wasn't with her. He was with Tyra Banks. They were engaged. They were getting ready to get married. They had a wedding that was coming up in a day or two. So that was the whole thing is she had to play for the heart because the heart wasn't available. She had to gamble for it.
I don't know. I have problems with this.
Shocking to no one. None of us sit here are shocked by this. People who don't even know us are like, that guy.
Like what? Like it's like she beats him fair and square, and like theoretically he doesn't want to give her his heart. But he's like, I guess by the rules I have no choice. We're gonna spend the rest of our lives together. Let me go. Let my fiance know.
Well, I mean, I don't think it would hold up in court. They didn't have a binding agreement.
Verbal contracts are verbal contracts are binding depending on what state you're in.
Well, yeah, but I mean, aside from the movie cameras, there was no witnesses, so it's a he said, she said.
Yeah, and then even like, can you force someone into marriage legally?
Probably not. Probably not.
I got all sorts of problems with this.
Aren't there some sort of like legal limitations on actual agreements? Like you can't just force someone to marry someone.
We'd have to look into it.
It's a good point.
I don't know. Probably not in Ohio. I don't know what they're doing down in Florida.
Well, you SpongeBob Angry Pants, you got any fucking happy rom-coms that do scratch your itch or do something for you?
Forget Paris.
Okay, anything else? Like
I don't remember much about
genre.
that movie other than NBA players in it.
All right, so
it's funny.
My favorite movie of all time is High Fidelity. There's romance, there's comedy, but I would not call it a traditional rom-com. But Love and Bites Why ain't a traditional rom-com.
When I hear High Fidelity, I think like science fiction. I think like Frequency.
Well, yeah, it's about records.
Yeah.
So the guy owns a record shop. I love Actually.
Oh, was High Fidelity the one that came out like 2000 or whatever? With,
literally in the year 2000.
Cusack or whatever.
John Cusack.
Such a romantic story about Love Actually.
I don't think I ever saw it, but I saw it in one of those YouTube top 10 lists the other day.
Love Actually or High Fidelity?
High Fidelity.
Oh, well,
I think it was like movies that were good but didn't get like a lot of run or were like underappreciated or something is what the list was.
Love the book. Love the movie. The book and the movie are damn near the exact same thing. The book takes place in London. The movie takes place in Chicago. But beyond that, like it runs almost perfectly. So, which is rare. You know, rarely do they make a book into a movie where they're like, fuck it. Like the one part of the movie, the one part missing from the book, they actually is an extra feature on the DVD. There's an extra scene that was missing from the book that they throw on. They did film, and they just cut it for time. So that's why I fuck with it. Love Actually, romantic story.
I have a romantic story with Love Actually. My wife, girlfriend at the time, introduced me to the movie. She said it was one of her favorites. We watched it on cable, and one Christmas I bought it for her, and it's still in the wrapping. It's never been watched. Isn't that heartwarming?
I'm searching for words, but none are coming.
Nope. I refuse to even delve into this.
This is I do it for T's face. I do these things for T's face. It's just like it's so enjoyable. Like, damn it.
I would say take it to buybacks, but they're closing. So
Buybacks is closing?
Oh yeah, it's Steelyard. Whole store's 20% off.
There's lots of buybacks. Is that just
well, I don't know if the company's going under, but the Steelyard one is closing for sure.
Should exchange it for
20% off, no returns.
I'm going to exchange it for credit towards Black Panther. See how long it takes her to notice it's gone.
So I need to go visit buybacks. He's going tonight. Oh, I don't got the car. Fuck. Well, I'll go tomorrow. That's cool.
Yeah, I got the text about that on last Friday.
Nice.
So I do have a story. I don't want to steal story time with Lunchbox from
good.
From the namesake,
because we don't have a lot of time.
Oh, we don't. Okay. So you guys you kind of had one exposure to this. This is a good story to demonstrate how much this podcast means to me. Friday, I meet these guys for recording. Yeah, as some of you may know, I have a Nissan Leaf. It's a pure electric car. It charges. There's no gas or anything. It doesn't run if it's not charged on electricity. My wife takes the car, forgets to plug it in the night before on Thursday night. So I have a limited amount of miles. On Friday, I drive to work. It's kind of a crapshoot if I'm going to make it home or not. But I said, no, fuck it. Look. This is a cookie trying episode. Teaser. And, well, no, not teaser, because this episode's going to come out afterwards.
It happened.
Don't listen to me. I say, fuck it, I am going to the episode. So that's that much less miles left for me to make it from work to home. So I'm thinking, like, there's some places in the area to plug it, but, like, let me just take my chances, head straight from work to home. I could make it. If it gets too low, then maybe I'll start looking for a place. So I'm driving, it's going okay, there's a bit of a traffic jam on the highway, so that's actually good for an electric car.
Why? Explain.
Because the faster you go, the faster the electricity drains.
Yeah.
But if you're braking, that's actually a bit of a recharge.
Yes.
So actually, as I'm in a traffic jam, I'm braking a little bit, it goes up a mile, and I'm like, oh, I'm golden, I'm fine. And something I usually like and enjoy is when traffic breaks up and the jam's over, but this time it didn't work to my benefit. So we get past the traffic jam, which was jammed for no reason. There's no fucking accident.
They're doing construction on 176.
It shouldn't affect people not on 170. All right, I'm not going to get mad about it.
Well, they have a whole.
can't get retroactively
they have
mad.
a on-ramp closed. You can't get on from Steelyard. So, like me, I can't go that way now for 4 months. So I'm going another way home.
Oh, so it was past that ramp where the traffic jam broke up. So I'm starting to go normal speed. And I'm like, well, I'm the type of guy who's like, I can't go below the speed limit. That would be inappropriate. But I'll get over to the slow lane and I'll just go exactly the speed limit. And the miles start ticking off. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't go a mile. Why did a whole mile come off? And I'm like, all right, I'm still okay. Let me just take my chances. If it gets down to 5, then I'll pull and try to find a place. So it's at 8 miles left, and it goes from 8 to these 3 vertical lines while I'm on the highway. And that's when I sent a message to these guys like, this was a fucking bad idea. If you're wondering what prompted me to say that,
It was the leap from 8 to 3.
and the car says to me, very low miles. Would you like to find the nearest charging station? Like, I'm just going to go to my brother's. I have my plug in the back. I'm good. I'll hit no. And they said, okay, follow this route. I'm like, wait a minute, I hit no. It's like the car was saying to me, okay, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is where you need to go. Like the car was thinking it's like a little offended. Like, do you think you need to know better than me, car? I know this area. You're just a computer. You don't get to tell me where to go. But the car's like, no, listen to me. You really need to get this fucker charged. You're going to be stranded. Follow this route. And it's telling me this whole route while I'm trying to, like, ignore the route. Because I don't know where it's sending me. Sometimes this doesn't update. And it could have been sending me to a place that used to be a charging station, but it's not. I get off at West 130th. And as you guys know, there's a police station on West 130th. And I said, okay, there's a couple of cops outside. It's time to take advantage of the fact that I look white. All right? My fucking cousins and my brother, who are very Puerto Rican looking, were clowning me for years on my whiteness. I guess I didn't realize it until I'm pulling up to the police. Like, yeah, they really did used to clown me. Like, the circles I ran into, I didn't get praised for looking white. I got clowned on. So maybe that's why I'm so like, I have a few drinks and I start calling little kids crackers. That's some of that anger with me. Like, no, I'm not white. That kid's white. But anyway. By the way, out of my brother and my cousins, yeah, we all married white women, but my white woman embraced my culture the most out of all of them. She's the only one that's been to Puerto Rico. She learned how to make rice and beans, and she fuck with sofritos, so yeah.
She laid all the time too?
No. She hates that part. She didn't embrace that part of the culture. She hates that part of the culture. She fucks with some seasoning. I don't see my cousins and my brother's ex-white wife doing that. But anyway, Despite looking white, the police were not willing to help me. Did not help me. They just said, we don't have any outlets. Sorry, good luck, man. I'm like, you don't have any outlets outside your building I can plug into? Well, I mean, like, I don't know if I had an extension cord to reach inside the building, but like...
This probably an OSHA violation of some sort.
I barely made it. I just thought the most amusing part to me was like the car telling me like, no, see, you know you done fucked up, right?
Up to this
yeah, you know you
already.
fucked up, right?
You clearly are not sound and
I was
making
infuriated
decisions.
with you. I was typing. I was like, you can't. No.
What were you gonna type?
So,
I just out of curiosity.
I was just like, what the fuck are you even doing? Why are you even like? I found your spot that was kind of close to work. You could have went and charged
I
there
just
for like
wanted
20
to get
minutes.
home.
I just wanted you to be safe home. Not. I don't know what could happen. Also, why would you drive that bitch on the highway?
Is there back ways from the east side to my house?
Yes, and it's all braking at that point. So at least we could probably just rock
It'll
that.
take a long time though.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. I'm just gonna. If I
Going
were,
60 on the freeway, battery shuts off.
maybe I can coast away.
And what
The
are
rest
even
of
the
way.
results of that? I don't even like. It's like if the battery's like completely died. You know they say in fuel injected cars, if you let your gas go all the way down, that shit is fucked because the fuel injector will burn out. Untrue, but it's what people have said for years.
I'm a man. I've never gotten below. Before that, I'd never got below 15, so I didn't even know it did that. 10, 9, 8, 3 lines.
Blast off.
Yeah, so I'm like, I didn't know. So I mean, I imagine it's just gonna shut off, but I can listen to the radio because that runs on a different battery. But I mean, since you're frustrated anyway, I'll tell you the truth. Last time I went near me for a place that said a charging station for free. It wasn't free. It was inside a parking lot I had to pay to get into, and I had to put a couple coins into to charge. So yes, I was being cheap.
That's a thing that exists. Places can charge you to come in and park.
Well, it's a parking
Come
garage.
to the cost you to do that.
But, well, if I got out of there within 30 minutes, it would have been free because no parking under 30 minutes. But it wasn't on my way home. Look, I'm having a hard time selling this to even myself. So I can see why you're both very skeptical.
I was literally just cursing the day. I was like, this motherfucker could have went to this place. I found a spot like maybe
you
a
did.
mile away from your job, right? That's what you said? About a mile away from your
I wasn't
job?
actually expecting to look for the place. I was just joking.
I just say this is a funny dynamic of our personalities, though, because I understand where you're coming from. I knew he was going to do that, and I just kind of watched it all happen. Like, yeah, I hope it works out for you, buddy.
I did not do that. I held myself in.
No, but I mean, your initial reaction is like, "Oh my God, I told you!" Like you want to parent him. Where I was just like, "Yeah, let me know how it turns out."
My natural inclination is, boy, I told you already what the fuck to do. Why are you doing the opposite of what I told you to do?
Yeah, it's not like with a gas car. I can go to a gas station, fill up a gas can, and bring it back. It's like I can't
Isn't that the
summon
point,
lightning to go into my car.
Isn't that the point?
All I want now is that to be a thing. Now, okay, so what is the electric car version of a gas can? It's got to exist, right? Somebody has to have like some kind of
You got to get your
crank
car,
generator or
You're
something?
gonna have to get your car towed.
God damn, that blows.
Or maybe a generator. I don't know. I don't know if someone's really willing to haul a generator.
You know,
out
some
my-
cars have plugs
my ass
in
to
them.
the side of the road.
What's your plug look like? Does it look like you can plug it into just a house plug? Or is it like a wash and dryer plug?
It's got to be 3-prong.
Okay.
And it's got to be a certain voltage, or it's just going to say like, well, we can't. You can run a lamp on this motherfucker, but you can't charge a car. You're expecting way too much.
How long does it take to charge your car?
From all the way uncharged,
from
nothing.
from
24
bars.
hours. 24 hours on trickle charge, and like more upgraded charger, it'll take like 12.
All right. Where we at in this situation?
We need to go. I left.
I thought that story would be more amusing than it was, but
It was a story that needed to be shared with the listeners. You can see how I'll be frustrated with this, my homeboy, Jesus Christ.
just trying to save a buck or two, man. And I did. I charged a little bit at my brother's house. I don't have to pay his electric bill. He might hit me up later.
Can you run an extension cord at work? Like, what floor are you on?
In theory, yes. Yes, I can probably run one from my desk to my car, but probably somebody would be walking along and say, what the fuck is this? Because I'm on the 4th floor. So I'd have to go down 4 flights of stairs, through the lobby.
No, just through the window. You got like an office there.
I do
Just
not
out
have a window.
Yeah.
We don't have windows that open.
Because, I mean, you could easily get an extension cord that's like 100 feet and just run that down the side of the building.
I don't know why my work won't accommodate me and put some plugs outside.
Probably because it's just you, correct? Anybody else out there with
Look.
these electric vehicles?
We're in Cleveland, not Palo Alto.
You change life one person at a time. Aren't I worth it?
Go to
That-
Walmart for that shit.
It's the real ODP. That's my man, Lunchbox 2099. Our missing man is Tatum 216. I am the internet's TAYREL 713. You have just been podcast 2, and I know you loved it.
Let me podcast you for your heart.
Hey, what happened to you?